What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Sean. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Sean. I do a daily video on something related to nursing. No rhyme or reason, probably not gonna change. Nurses love their stories. It's part of the shared suffering that we have created. We use stories in every stage of our career. When you're first starting out as a nurse, the senior nurses will tell you stories to try and educate you and try and prepare you for what is going to happen. As you progress in your career, you become that seasoned nurse who tells stories to other nurses to help prepare them. You also use the stories to bridge the gap between you and a nurse that you're just meeting for the first time. It's an icebreaker, a way of bonding over shared suffering. When you start a new job, you always start the new job by telling stories. Some of these stories are lengthy. Other stories are, yeah, well, that's what I did this one time. We utilize stories more than we'd like to admit. Maybe it's just me, but being a prior serviceman, having spent some time in the military, we do exactly what the military does in every way. When you go to a new duty station, when you first start your first job, when you're in the midst of learning your job, there's always stories to help bridge the gap in education and experience. And then, when you're off duty and you're all hanging out at the water hole, the beer garden, and for nurses that would be the bar, we like to tell more stories because that's how we deal with the shit we see. So the next time you go to tell a story, I hope you'll pause and you'll think about this concept that we as nurses become really good storytellers and we love telling our stories. Case in point, moi. I tell stories all the time. You actually are viewing this video because I'm a storyteller. It's kind of like that, it's kind of like the American Pie movie. So this one time in band camp, when I was working, or it always ends up being, y'all never gonna believe this shit. One way or another, we always end up learning something new through the stories that we share. And I, for one, enjoy it. So, by all means, keep telling your stories. Love to hear from you. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think about nurses and their stories and my comparison with the military? Don't you think it's kind of funny that a lot of nurses have prior military experience? Do you think that's by accident? You know your comments are my caffeine. Share this with somebody. And as always, check your own pulse first.